Hey guys, welcome back to Gun Times. On this episode, we are going to exercise our Second Amendment rights by showing and shooting a Russian Mosin Nagant. I don't know a lot about Mosin Nagant. I do know that the Russians used them in World War I and II. And this one, it's got the star with the arrow up here. So that leads me to believe, at least from my research, it is a Tula arsenal, and it's dated 1937. Mosin Nagant. Now, any of you Russian-speaking folks out there, if I am saying Mosin Nagant incorrectly, please feel free to leave a comment and instruct me on the errors of my ways here. Now, let's just load it up and shoot it here, because that's kind of what a gun video is all about, is shooting a rifle. I believe it holds 5 rounds, if I remember correctly. See if we can get her to load up there. I don't have any of the stripper clips for this rifle. Help if I load it correctly. Boy, this is not as easy to load as your Mauser is. Little bit trickier, it seems like. This one you'd probably definitely want a stripper clip with it if you're loading this one. So let's just do some shooting here. Let's see if I can actually hit what I'm aiming at. Now, I am left-handed. I will be shooting right-handed, as it is a right-handed bolt-action rifle. I've always been fairly ambidextrous in that regard. Let's just see how she does. See how I do. It'll probably be more accurate than I am. Okay. Make sure my earplugs are in here. I'm deaf enough as it is. At least that's what my other half would probably tell me. Let's get her to work. Let's see if she'll how she'll do. Now, I'm not exactly sure where I need to hold. I believe they shoot a little bit high at 100, so please bear with me while I try to figure out. I think I hit. That one surprised me a little bit. Tell you, that straight bolt, you really have to reach up there to engage that bolt. It's not as easy as the Mauser. One more. I do not know what happened with that one, but that one seemed to have fluttered off to the left. You know, fairly mild recoil, but it is. That straight bolt is kind of a pain in the butt. You know what, to engage. You got to get up over the top of it. But it is fun to shoot, though. Seems to be fairly accurate. I'm not sure because I can't see that far. I do have, well, didn't have the rear sight all the way down. Now this one does have the importer marks on it. I can't really read what that says, but I do know that it was imported into this country from an outside source. The stock, kind of in rough shape. You know, it's got some wear here. I don't necessarily know if the Russians put this shellac on here, or if that was something somebody did after the fact. But yeah, it looks like a little bit of varnish stuff on there. It is a hot day here in northern Wisconsin, beginning of August. Just out here doing some shooting. Now this Mosin, this was also purchased from General Coin and Gun. I had seen and I think I paid, you can get these fairly cheap still. I think I paid 140 or 145 bucks for this rifle at the time, and haven't really shot this all that much. Now, the ammo that we're using, it came in one of those big 440 round tin cans. and I could not for the life of me figure out how to get that ammo out of there. I mean, I was struggling with it. My other half, she took, who is also my camera person, by the way, took one of those old-fashioned can openers to it and had it open in about 3 minutes. So good for her. I couldn't figure that out. As far as what it is, I can't really tell, but I do know that it is non-reloadable. So that being said, when you shoot these old rifles with surplus ammo, you want to make sure and clean your rifle immediately when you're done, or as soon as possible when you are done, because this ammo is, as far as I understand, very corrosive. So clean your rifle when you are done to avoid rust and or destruction to your rifle. So Luke hooked me up with this rifle at General Coin & Gun and the ammo. I'd like to thank General Coin & Gun for all that they do for us, making these videos possible. And I'd like to thank you for bearing with us so far. We are relatively new at this whole video business, so if there are errors, if I do speak out of turn as far as the history of the weapon, so on and so forth, specifications, please feel free to leave a message or post a comment and let me know. So that being said, so I don't get off on a tangent, why don't we shoot some more? See if I can figure out where my ears are here. Load her up with some more of this fine ammo here. Holds 5 rounds. Boy, it is kind of finicky about where you put that in there. That's okay though. We still enjoy it.
Oh, it's got that lip.
It's got that little lip there. So there's that. And then I am going to go ahead and put my earplugs in and shoot some more. Because after all, why wouldn't we? You know what? I am going to try this left-handed this time. Just see if I can shoot it any better. So for that, just change my posture here a little bit. See if I can figure out where to hold. I think I have one in the pipe. Boy, that's even more difficult reaching around. Come on, there we go. I think I'm holding low. Not really sure where that one went, but, well, that's not necessarily what you want to hear when you're at the range. Okay. So, ballistically speaking, when you're shooting this rifle, as far as kick and all of that goes, it seems to be very similar to a 308. Numbers wise, you know, feet per second, all that. I don't really have that info, so I couldn't tell you exactly how it stacks up. But from what I heard, similar to a 308. Now the 308, of course, is a rimless cartridge. The 7.62 by 54 Mosin Nagant is not. That is a rimmed cartridge. This dates back to prior to World War I. Now, it wasn't just the Mosin that was made to fire this cartridge. In World War I, the Russians, being extremely short on weapons, were combing the world over, looking for weapons, for rifles to arm their military with, and they actually ordered 1895 Winchesters from Winchester, chambered in 7.62 by 54, which there were some issues there. They had to do some revamps to the gun and all of that, but that'll be a different episode if we can ever get our hands on one, which I would love to find, but insofar as yet I have not been able to find it. But the Russians make a heck of a nice rifle. I do know it served the Russians well through World War I, World War II. it fought in Korea, and I believe a lot of these were picked up on the battlefields of Vietnam as well. And we have seen them in Iraq and Afghanistan as well. Now, the old 7.62 by 54 round is still going strong on the battlefields of today. So, that being said, why don't we load it up, do some more shooting. Because after all, that is our Second Amendment right. You know, all of the negative publicity that you hear today, the news is full of it. You know, all the different shootings that are going on and things of that nature. But, you know, guns kind of get a bad rap. You know, it is not the gun that is bad. The gun is just a tool. Same as anything else, you know. The rifle does nothing. It is an evil person with hate in their heart that kills. It is not the rifle. It is not the gun that kills. As evidenced by that truck. I'm not sure where that was exactly. Also that stabbing, and I believe it was Japan. That's proof positive. The gun is just a tool, just like any other implement. You know, I mean, if people are going to go crazy and go on a killing spree, they don't need a gun. It is not a gun. They are going to find a way to accomplish what they are trying to do, no matter what. So, that being said, let's do some shooting. Now, speaking of that, not one person is being shot while we are doing this. You know, that's what these anti-gun people don't understand. It is. It is fun to just come out to the range, put a few rounds down range, spend time with family. Me, I spend time with my other half, who is also my camera person. She doesn't like to shoot on camera, but she does like to shoot, and it's kind of a family event for us. So let's do some more shooting. Pardon the getting off topic there. All right, so let's get back to it. Okay, let's see, where should I hold? This would be really nice with a bent bolt on it, that's for sure. Was that it, or was there another one? It was. Alright, and that is it. So again, another General Coin and Gun Exchange find. Thanks again to Luke and Brian for finding this rifle for me. Now, I don't think they specifically looked for this rifle for me. They just happened to have it, and I happened to see it. But beautiful old guns, fun to shoot. You know, the Russians make some good stuff. You know, aesthetically, they're kind of rough. You know, the finish on them isn't the best. You know, the fit isn't the best. But they do shoot. They always go bang. And they're fun to shoot. You can get the ammo reasonably cheap to shoot. So if you do like to shoot a lot, can't go wrong with one of these babies. Now, as far as General Coin and Gun Exchange goes, I'd like to thank them again for finding the rifle, the ammo. I will try to provide a link to their website in the description. If I can figure out how, I'll probably have to have her do it for me. That being said, thanks for watching. Feel free to tune in and catch our other videos. Thanks again. Have a great day.